I believe that my going to Hanoi, even though it's controversial and even though I know it's difficult for some people to come to terms with it, and I can understand that emotionally, I believe that it, under the circumstances at the time, was needed to help end the war.
Hey, gather round and listen to my story of a pretty girl with fortune and fame who traveled to the town of Waterbury just to make a movie, so they say. She says she's not here to make a statement. Her polls say she's favored 2-1. But she needs to understand her little trip to Vietnam to some makes her a traitor just the same.
During the sweltering summer of '88, the town of Waterbury, Connecticut reached the boiling point when Jane arrived with Robert De Niro to film a movie about two working-class people who fall in love while the woman teaches the man how to read.
I think it's great for Waterbury that they picked Waterbury for the movie, but Jane Fonda, I wish they could have picked somebody better. She's a bitch.
The local newspaper ran full tilt the debate over whether Jane should receive the key to the city or have the welcome mat whipped from under her famous feet. Hoping once and for all to end the rancor, Jane appeared on 20/20 with Barbara Walters to make an apology.
That was a thoughtless and careless thing to have done.
When the apology only enlarged the controversy, Jane met privately in Waterbury with 25 veterans.
I wanted to hear what they had to say to me directly, and I wanted to be able to talk to them directly, and the details of that, I think, are private.
She did, again, apologize. She did say she was sorry for the hurt that she caused the veterans and their families, and I think this is really a positive thing tonight.
It's like a catharsis. This is not the first meeting that I've had with Vietnam veterans. And I think that it's not easy for a group like this to get together. And it's very private and very personal. And I was touched very, very much by things that they said. It made me think about certain things in a new way.
She was very honest, very open. It helped to explain some of the reasons why she did some of the things she did back in 1972.
We're not fond of Fonda, how she earned the name Hanoi Jane. One thing about us vets, Jane, we don't forget. It'll be a cold day in hell before we do.
Shortly thereafter, Fonda and De Niro attended a benefit near Waterbury for the children of veterans who'd been adversely affected by their father's exposure to Agent Orange. At day's end, however, the Fonda fires had only been banked, not extinguished.
She's a celebrity. You know, give her that much. We can applaud her for that, but you can't applaud her for things that she's done in the past. Some things just don't get forgotten. Even if you are forgiven, it ain't forgotten.
Jane's apology on 20/20 and her soul search with veterans in Waterbury did not mollify other veterans who convened in Oklahoma City.
She just wants to smooth things out for her own movie career and to try to smooth things out for her husband's future political career.
It's not no damn apology.
She will always be a traitor.
The Hanoi Jane sucks.
Why has she never said a word about all of the over 400,000 South Vietnamese who were put in concentration camps? There's been probably, last I'd read, approximately 60,000 South Vietnamese officials killed, and yet you never hear a word from her about that.
Out in California, Tom Hayden had some demons of his own to wrestle, namely the state constitution, which prohibits government office to anyone who aided a foreign nation during hostilities with the United States. That Hayden was elected to the Assembly anyhow gave rise to a movement championed by Orange County Republican Assemblyman Gil Ferguson.
My concern with Tom Hayden really doesn't have anything to do with how he feels today. My concern with Hayden is simply that, according to the Constitution of the state of California, he shouldn't be serving in the Assembly. That's my only concern. I don't care one whit about his ideology because he isn't going any place with it.
His political ambitions are not satisfied by being in the California State Assembly.
Tom Hayden is preparing to be governor of California, or senator from California, or president of the United States. You can take your pick and you can look at the chronology, but that's what Jane Fonda and Tom have in mind.
On New York's WABC radio to promote his book, Reunion, Hayden would not elaborate to host Bob Grant on his political goals.
I love my work. My choices for other office really come up in the 90s, I think, and it being early 88, I'm trying to concentrate on what's right in front of me.
I think the Hayden-Fonda relationship is really a partnership. They all have their own responsibilities in society, from their point of view. I think Tom is the political arm of that partnership. Jane is the professional actress.
Professional was the key description of Jane as both performer and producer for the film Old Gringo, about the Mexican Revolution of 1913. In it, Jane worked opposite Henry Fonda's friend and colleague, Gregory Peck.
I would look at Jane, even while we're playing a scene, and I would think, this girl is responsible for this international crew and cast being here. She's also the boss. She's the David O. Selznick of this outfit. The thing is, you'd never know it. Jane, on the set, from early morning until dusk, is an actress. Jane is a woman of today and tomorrow.
Tomorrow, as another film great once said, is another day. Many people believe that Jane's tomorrow would call on all her expertise as producer and performer. The location would be the White House, with Jane starring as First Lady.